Hello everyone. So I guess there was a lot to swallow for those 2 days, and I'm going to make a small recap. We saw a lot of tools, and I think finally if we are all ears because things are changing, so transformation is now. So yes, it is, and I think there is definitely 3 challenges for brands. You all have seen Titanic, I guess? Yes, kind of. Okay, so you remember at this time, the idea was to be the fastest to cross the Atlantic. And there was a lot of fights. There was a lot of boat companies innovating, who was the fastest, who was the most luxury one. And it was until this. Basically, this is when the first flight with passenger was able to cross the Atlantic. And suddenly, when you are competing in a boat industry, and suddenly your new competition is a plane, you have a problem. And I think what should keep you, all of us, awake at night is who is going to be our Boeing 314. What is going to disrupt our industry, and how should we adapt to it? And there is definitely a lot of change happening thanks to digital. There is like 3 main challenges that force us to go in digital transformation. The first one is definitely consumers. It's kind of, I always say, crazy to feel that consumers sometimes are more equipped than we do, than we are in companies. They're pretty fast. In fact, there's 3 billion web users. That's quite a lot, but it's nothing compared to what's going to come, because there will be more connected people through smartphones, through tablets, through Internet of Things. So 3 billion is already a lot, but it's nothing compared to what's coming in the coming years. And they have access through the cloud and through the internet to anything, anywhere, on any device, which means that maybe we are becoming cyborg, kind of. We think about something, we get it. And why not, Google Glass? It's fine, it's fun. But what about Google Lenses? Like maybe tomorrow the consumer,
Excellent.
we'll have a lot of fun, because anything you want to access for information, it's going to be one click of an eye. So I guess it's going to be easier to decorate your living room. And I guess, yes, it's going to be augmented humans, definitely. Augmented consumers with much more information at their fingertips or at their eyes click. So everything is going to become a game. So every tools, every surface is going to be an interface for some cool activities in the future. It looks funny, but we have to rethink our companies to deal with that. And everything is getting connected. Your plant is getting connected. This is a French company, Parrot, and they have launched this device, Flower Power, and your plant is talking to you. Your plant is tweeting to you, get me outside, I want more light, I need rain, I need to be watered down. So if everything around yourself is going to get connected and talking to you, your car is going to tell you, oh, I need to be served in 300 kilometers. I already contacted the mechanic, I check in your Google Calendar, and this is when you need to meet him to get me fixed. So it's going to be like a totally different world, and it's going to be a challenging one. A challenging one because you will have to conceive those services on those devices. So there is no one internet anymore. There is a split internet. There is so many formats, so many platforms. You will have to develop and adapt all your, I would say, content and services on all those platforms. Cost a lot of money unless you have a few solutions like we've seen with Adobe. But basically, it's going to be a big challenge for you because people are connected to their environment, to plants, but they are connected to their friends, to their family, so many of them on social media right now. And, there are media, they can talk about you positively, negatively. They are definitely having a huge impact, especially when you feel that there is more than 1 billion people connected on social media. And, look at them. One person can fight a government right now. So what do you think they can do with your brands? They can, rate you, they can rank you, they can review your product. Like, what is your chance to survive if 70% of, let's say, Amazon is ranking your books like really bad? And they have new habits, they have new behavior, they want interactivity, they are born with it now. Like, have you seen a children with a tablet? As soon as he has interact with it, he's going on TV and, oh, it's a broken tablet, doesn't interact. I'm going on a magazine, doesn't interact. neither. So it's a huge issue. They are going to want a lot more from you. And if you don't give it to them, you are going to struggle. Look at Blockbuster with e-commerce. And it was only the start of the internet. In France, if you take vente privée, so they are selling basically from a lot of different companies from very discount pricing, they are already making 1.6 billion euros turnover with 35% on mobile. So it's not about being responsive and being a media on mobile or being accessible on mobile. It's how much business do you do on mobile? And look at Facebook. Now they are making 61% of their income on mobile. How much of your business is done on your mobile yet? And even like the way we're purchasing things is totally different. In France, we have Vélib, so you can rent a bike, or Autolib, a car for just a few hours. You have Spotify, so you don't buy stuff anymore for every category. So, of course, consumers are changing, but startups are going to kick your ass. Every day they are coming after you. Take Tesla. This guy, Elon Musk, he came from PayPal. He's never been in the automotive industry, and nonetheless, his cars are ranking the best of the automotive ranking, not of the year, but of the history of this ranking in the US. And they are rethinking the way we consume cars. You see those superchargers, so you can get electricity for free from those solar stations. And since he has some free time, he has another company called SpaceX, and he's launching spacecraft. So, two of the most complicated, sophisticated industries, two of the most capitally intensive companies, and therefore this guy is coming out of nowhere, and in less than 10 years he's kicking their ass. So that's a big issue, and yes, all of us knows Airbnb and collaborative economy and all those new services, all those new startups. Basically, every time there is a pain point, there is an app for that. There is someone trying to fix your mess with your customer and making money out of it and taking some of your value with it. And look at Uber, invented in Paris by Americans, so pissed off by French taxis that they realize there should be a better way. It's worth $40 billion now, after just a few years, and they are disintermediating the thing. TaskRabbit in the US, anything, that's a lazy economy. Basically, everything you don't want to do, go on TaskRabbit, ask for someone to help you. So once again, they are finding new ways to connect people together and making money out of it. And last one, so connected consumer, startups, and all startups, those digital giants, they have crazy amount of money. Oh, you are like, should we spend 2% more on digital? They are spending $6 billion on research and development at Apple. They are spending nearly $10 billion at Google. Wake up. Like, they want to kill you. They want your business. They really want your money. They want your customer. They want to find ways to get your business out. And, they're rethinking car. It's a search engine. They're reinventing the way we are going to drive in maybe 10 or 15 years. They're ready to spend that much money for the coming 10 years. Maybe they will fail, but at least if they succeed, they are going to change the way we're like building our society, our transportation, our cities.
Today, we have
this is the
second
version of the Google car.
Outside of our team and outside
Before they, I would say, customize a Prius, or now they're just rethinking and rebuilding the car from scratch. There's no wheel to turn because, you suck at driving. Computers are much better than you. It will stop, it will ask you where you want to go, and it will bring you there.
All right, Cody, let's go. There's no steering wheel in the way.
He's blind, and he's driving. So it's kind of crazy. Like, they are really ambitious. They are not afraid about the internet. They are fighting against each other on everything. Like, who is competing with who? It's harder and harder to say. Look at Microsoft. On the Xbox, you can rent movies. You can buy music. So it's competing with iTunes. And iTunes is competing with Amazon Kindle, which is selling or renting movies and books. And they are competing with YouTube, which doesn't sell movies, but put movies for free against advertising. So it's crazy. They are building and they are thinking ahead of time. If you take Amazon, they make nearly $7 billion a year selling hosting. It was a cost for them. They had to pay a lot for hosting their e-commerce websites. They said, let's build a department, let's sell these capabilities to others, and let's make money out of it. Therefore, we will have cheaper costs, we can compete on having more aggressive prices, and now it's harder and harder for any other e-commerce website to compete with them, because they have built for 5 or 10 years their infrastructure to save on cost. And now they're attacking the fresh food market, Amazon Fresh, and they want to make it even easier for you. So this little scanner, you have it at home, it's connected, you're finished with your Coke can, you scan it, it's on your shopping list. Ah, it's too much work, so let's try Amazon Echo. It's like Siri, and you can talk to it and say, okay, let's put some more Coke on my shopping list for tomorrow. And you know, it's even too hard, so let's have those connected buttons you can put on your washing machine, for example, and you just tell them to replenish as a product because you need it. And maybe, you know, they're going to deliver things by drone. It was kind of a fun PR things, but in fact, it's not. Now they're asking for real authorization from the I would say, administration in the US to really make some tests to deliver some type of product. So, and even like I would say, tangible goods, you know, you can just download them with 3D printing. And 3D printing, okay, you see a lot of things with plastic, like toys, but now you can print in silver, you can print in gold, you can print in titan, you can print in chocolate, you can print in ceramic. So it's coming after you. Think about it. If I can download your product anywhere in the world, if I can scan your product and reproduce it, exactly what happened to movies is going to happen to many tangible goods. People will illegally scan and download your product for free. What about your distribution? What about your transportation? So yeah, it's a lot of challenges. And now, oh, you know what? We have a lot of customers. So let's start a new business outside of our initial business. Let's try payment and Apple Pay. And you know, Snapcash, now you can transfer money through Snapchat or through Gmail or through Facebook. So they want to enter new industries. They want to get your business. And maybe there won't be any bank. Like if you take WeChat or China Weibo in China, now they're providing insurance, they're providing financial services. So yes, of course, it's a lot of changes. And it's definitely a lot of risk. And the funny thing is, even for the digital leaders, it's not that easy. Remember 2000? You know, Yahoo, Alta Vista, ICQ, who remembers them? And MySpace, and Skype, and MSN Messenger, that's the same. Even for them, it's hard not to miss, I would say, one of those changes and to make sure winter is not coming. Because it is if you don't move your ass. And innovation are the only way. And innovations, because you don't even know what will work for sure. You need to be ready to lose money. You need to be a VC-like company where you invest in different ideas and maybe some of them will succeed. And you need to start your digital transformation. And you know, it's not the first time you transform yourself. So in France, we're still very proud to add Minitel, very long ago, like a very old first generation of kind of paid internet. But you know, there is new things. The only thing is the speed at which things are changing. And organizations have trouble to detect change and adapt to it. And I don't know if you know the boiling frog, but you put a frog in a boiling water, she will escape, she will get a bit burned, but she will survive. Turn the temperature upper and upper, degree by degree, and she will die. And it's exactly what happened to you. If I tell you, okay, next year, if you are not a mobile, you will lose 50% of your business, yeah, of course, commando time, SWAT time, and you will fix this. But if every year, say, we lost 5% revenue this year, not a good year. This is because of the crisis, because of e-commerce or whatever. And after 5 or 10 years, you just realize half your business is gone. Bust. And I could ask Zuckerberg, but you know, Charles Darwin, not very connected guy. He just told us already it's not about the size you have, and basically your size makes you slow. It's about like the speed of change, your agility. And you know, when we talk about transformation, like how can you offer exceptional, innovative, viral, coherent consumer experiences, not only product, not only offer, but experiences around your offer. And you know, you need to capitalize on the right data. You need to engage at the right moment, in the right place, with the right message and the right product or service. And you need to reorganize for that. You need to rethink the way you are operating because things are changed. And the good thing is, even in France, we are very conservative, things are changing. If you take AXA in insurance, they have a 3-year, 180 million euros investment plan for digital transformation. So they don't say, oh, we just hire one guy and we put 2 coders in some department. Now we are rethinking the whole business. We are like reorganizing the way we work. We are hiring like differently. And Accor is the same, 225 million euros, a 5-year investment plan to go digital. So of course there's technologies, and I think everybody's thinking about it. Let's buy some software, and Adobe is there to help you. But it's not enough. Like, what about the leadership? Do they know why they want to go digital? Do they know what they want to achieve? Without their guidance, without their will, their support, it won't work. And of course, culture and organization. If you don't help people understand what is at stake, how do you support people? How do you make them change the way they are working? There won't be any digital governance, and it won't work. And data is, of course, customer experience that is totally to be rethink, and we've seen a lot of things during those 2 days, and measurement. And now I kind of like the bingo lotto of buzzword, basically everything you have heard of, from big data to e-commerce to agility to there is a lot on your plate. And yes, definitely leadership. You know, how do you move from wait and see to test and learn? How do you accept to experiment? And you know, how do you refuse to take no decision because you don't know? You won't know in the future, that's for sure. You need to experiment. And how do you, second, I always say, step, how do you work on culture and organization? How do you fight silos? How do you make people work better together, understand each other? How do you invest in their training to make sure they develop or redevelop their skills? And how do you fight for talents? Because that's for sure. Those GAFAs, those startups, they want the best talents in the digital world. And they are putting the money behind it to get the best out of the organization. Technologies, yes, you know, you are competing against everyone else. They want your business, so you have to become as agile, as software-minded as they are. Data, we all have heard about big data, that's for sure. But you know, how can you integrate all of them? And thanks to data marketing platforms such as Adobe Marketing Cloud, how do you make sure everything is connected? You have one single client. How do you make sure all the touch point, everything you do, make like really sense to him? How can you make sure, okay, he's talking about you? You have a mention on a social network. Do we know him? Is it a client? Okay, he's on a website. Why do we all see the same websites? We should have a different website. I'm a man. I'm 30, I'm 20, I'm 60. You need to have like this personalization available. Social media management, media. Like, okay, I'm seeing an advertising. Why do I see the same one as, I don't know, my girlfriend or my parents? Doesn't make any sense. And of course, how do you make this on and offline? Of course, with data, you know, it's like, with big power come big responsibility. Yeah, you need to make sure you're ready for that. And it could be a technology point of view, but it could be a human point of view. If people want to steal your data and share it with someone, remember the banks in Switzerland? It was not a technology issue. It was someone who left and the thing. And what about the consumer? To which point are you ready to go in terms of, you know, using the data? We love bespoke service, but to a certain extent. And customer experience, user experience is definitely the new killer app. You know, in the end, if you look on the internet, everything is a bit the same. You know, if I look at music, I can buy it on iTunes, I can buy it à la FNAC in France or in Virgin, or I can listen to it on Spotify. So the difference will be the user experience. If it's easier for me, if it's better for me, then I will take this solution and not yours. If Uber is much better than taxi, I will use Uber. They don't even really need to make any advertising. And of course, measurement is going to be key. I think the brand that will make the investment in the 5 next year will still be there in 10 years. The one who won't, they won't spend the right money in the right spot, and they will have like really struggle in the end. So I'll give you this framework back, but yes, there is a lot on the plate, and I think we need to be organized, and we need to start from the left to the right. big data is nice, but maybe it's better to start by mapping what you already have as data, to unify this data, to have data viz solution, to have data mining solution, even before to think about predictivity. The sure thing is there should not be a department of innovation. It's everybody's responsibility. You should all take part in making, how we say, your enterprise more agile and more innovative, and together everyone achieves more. So thanks a lot. It was a lot to share with you in 20 minutes, but yes, I think it's going to be an interesting journey in the coming 5 years. Thank you.